Followed by East London. followed by vision, followed by heartache, followed by hope, followed by the invitation teams, followed by Kingsmead, followed by London, followed by Mandela, followed by Marine, followed by Milton, followed by Rocks, followed by Summerstrand and Tux. Just tell him to speak, please. Are you ready? Are you ready? Well done. Annalie, you have the last. Right, can I ask all of you? Listen guys, I know that the adrenaline is pumping. But please, we need to get through the formalities. And I'm going to ask you to be silent when silence is needed, okay? Can we all rise for the national anthem, please? Yes. All right, silence. Jessica Hocking will now read the athlete's oath.
On behalf of all athletes competing at the national championships, I declare that we will compete to the best of our abilities in a manner that is fair to all athletes in our field of competition. We declare that we will abide by the rules of the competition and will comply with an oral and written instructions given to us by the appointed championship officials. As athletes, we understand our responsibilities to uphold the traditions of the Lifesaving South Africa.
Thank you. I will now ask Annelie Lourens to do the official's oath.
On behalf of all appointed competition officials at these national championships, I declare that we will carry out our separate duties in an honest and impartial manner, and that we will treat each athlete competing at these championships in a fair and reasonable manner and without personal prejudice or bias. We understand that our appointment to these championships is made on the basis of our acceptance of the responsibility given to us as representatives of Lifesaving South Africa.
Thank you, Annelie. Before we get to the most important opening, let's first, in unison, sing the life-saving song. I want to hear you, please. Silence.
Where the earth meets the sea, where the waves meet the sky, where people meet the water, we'll be standing by. Wherever life's in need, wherever waters flow, our circle will hold fast and true, where strength will grow. Stand inside the circle, united one worldwide. Stand inside the circle, fighting time and tide. Brothers and sisters, together side by side, throwing out the lifeline, stand with pride. When life itself is in danger, when hearts cry for relief, when tempests rage and spirits fall, we'll be strong in our belief. The bond of courage strong, until the danger's past, the circle won't be broken, we'll hold fast. Stand inside the circle, united one worldwide. Stand inside the circle, fighting time and tide. Brothers and sisters, together side by side, throwing out the lifeline, stand with pride. Stand inside the circle, united one worldwide. Stand inside the circle, fighting time and tide. Brothers and sisters, together side by side, throwing out the lifeline, stand with pride.
round of applause. It now gives me great pleasure to declare this competition open. Thank you.
For those of you that have joined us on the live stream, we have just finished the opening ceremony
start
for
the
the
marshalling.
2026
If you can start the
DHL South
marshalling.
African Lifesaving Nipper Pool Championships. We will have a very short break before we start with the two relay events that are scheduled for this evening. Summerstrand, William Hearn, James Smith, Kelly Kitching, and Diana Roswell. In lane 6, the team from Fishhook, Emily Clark, Emma Richards, Katie Dyson, and Sarah Musaji.
Can you hear me?
Team from Summerstrand, the team from Fishhook. Right, we are just waiting for the equipment to be checked before we commence with the mixed 10 and 11-year-olds 10-meter ball throw. Those of you that have joined us on the live streaming, welcome to the first session of the 2026 DHL South African Lifesaving Nipper Pool Championships, being held at the Newton Park Swimming Pool in Kaberga. The Nippers have just come off a rest day, and before that they were on the beach enjoying the competition there. And it is now their turn in the pool.
Heather, what is the numbers that we're looking at this year? And how many events are we covering tonight?
So tonight we have the ball throw, the 10-meter ball throw for the 10 and 11-year-olds, the 12 and 13-year-olds. And that is the ball throw relay, and then we'll also be doing the 4x50 obstacle relay for the various age groups. So a big night for relays tonight for these little ones. We just have a slight delay while the technical officials ensure that all the equipment and the teams are ready.
For our viewers online, Heather, what is the rules of ball throw?
Right, we're under starters orders. We'll see the rules being enforced in a few minutes. We have 2 throwers and 2 patients. They need to throw the ball 10 meters. Patients will carry them. So we see the 2 patients going out. So to our viewers at home, there is a line that goes across all the lanes at the 10-meter mark. Patients are on the other side of the lane. The thrower needs to throw the ball over the line or over the rope. Each patient will then catch the ball as soon as the rescuer brings them in. Then they swap and the next thrower will throw out to the second patient and bring them in. So a team of 4, 2 throwers, 2 patients. Right, so the event has started. Lane 4, we've got Summerstrand, yes, with their first successful throw over. So the patient holds onto the ball and kicks in. They tag hands, and then the next thrower goes in. Oh, not quite. It's moving over into the next lane. Yes, and it looks like that is the team from Fishhook. Unfortunately, they missed the ball. Patients need to hold onto that ball while the thrower tries to pull them in. Right, so Summerstrand still trying to get their second patient in. Just falling a little bit short, but in lane 6, we have the team from Fishhook. They tag, and then it is the next thrower that will attempt to bring their patient in. Yes, and it is lane 6. That is the team from Fishhook bringing in their second patient. Emily Clark, Emma Richards, Katie Dyson, and Sarah Musaji. Successfully completing that event. Well done. Right, lane 4, Summerstrand still trying to get through to their second patient, just falling a little bit short. Lane 2, we have the C team from Fishhook. Also just a little bit short. That ball has to go over the 10-meter line. Yes, and there we go. The team from Summerstrand in lane 4. They will bring them in, and the patient kicks as hard as possible. Unfortunately, just missing out on beating the whistle. Right, so we're just having some discussion with the chief referee on pool deck, just to ensure that there were no discrepancies in the rules and everybody had a clean finish. It was the team from Fishhook, Emily Clark, Emma Richards, Katie Dyson and Sarah Musaji in lane 6 that won this first heat. Pool is now being cleared. The time limit for this event is 2 minutes 20 seconds. We have a team of 4, 2 throwers and 2 patients. Right, coming onto pool deck now is the second heat of 3 in the mixed 10 to 11-year-olds, 10-meter ball throw. In lane 2 we have Summerstrand, Alec Jude Depriya, Gemma Goodalls, Hannah Stern and Yamaloni. Lane 3, the team from Big Bay, Nolan Froneman, Bianca van der Westhuizen, Hannah Jenica and Daniel van der Westhuizen. In lane 6, the team from Fishhook, Zuhar Gamaldian, Alexander Rush, Zach Lamprecht and Boyd Scordis. And in lane 8, the team from Tix, Christoph Buerta, Francois Fick, Amelie Luttering and Mika Dutoy. Right, so the patients will swim out to the line, place 10 meters across all of the lanes. Patients are on the other side of the line. That ball has to be thrown past that 10-meter mark where the patients grab it and get pulled in. Right.
Heather, this event
So it is the team from Tux. Tux doing really well there in lane 8. That is the team of Christoph Buerta, Francois Fick getting their first patient in. Yes, Second patient, well done. They're now pulling their second patient in. That is the winners from Tix. We also have in lane 2, that is Summerstrand. They've already got their first patient. They've just swapped throwers. Okay, lane 6, the team from Fishhook. Wasn't quite too sure whether they had grabbed the ball or not. Okay, there we go, the team from Fishhook, but also in lane 2, that's Summerstrand, bringing both of their patients in. Well done. At lane 4, that's Big Bay. These teams have 2 minutes and 20 seconds to complete their throws. Just missing out a little bit. Getting that distance. Team from Big Bay just getting a little bit nervous now, a little bit flustered, trying to ensure.
All right, so Heather, let's just quickly go through some of the rules for the ball throw. I think what stands out for me is the validity of the throws as well as the throwing conditions. Now, for the sake of our viewers online, the throwing conditions is very simple. The throwers may launch the ball as they like, and the ball must not be kicked by the foot, and any number of throws within the time limit is permitted. When we look at the validity of the throws, there is 3 main fixtures here, of which A, if a throw falls outside of the drop zone, it is not valid. If the ball touches the lane rope, the ceiling, or another object except for the person and then falls into the drop zone, the throw is valid. And then also if the ball goes outside the drop zone at any time, the throw, very importantly then, is not valid. Technicalities, definitely. It seems simple, it looks simple, but you know, 2 minutes, 20 seconds can go very quick. And this is what simulation is all about. It teaches us a lot of things. Preparedness, how to react immediately in time of need.
And how to get those patients out of the water. These little ones, it's a great skill for them, and as they start developing and moving through the nipper ranks, by the time they get to the senior and juniors, then they don't use the ball anymore, and then it's just the line throw.
Exactly, and the senior line throw world record stands behind, I think it's Australian, Valencia, at a time of, 5.4 seconds. I'm speaking under correction here. Yeah. As far as the rescue is concerned, for educational purposes, the patients are not allowed to lose the ball, very importantly. Then that's a disqualification.
Yeah.
And if a patient does lose the ball on it, the patient shall return behind the demarcation rope and wait for another throw of the same thrower.
Right, we are moving on to Heat 3, the final heat of the mixed 10 and 11-year-olds, 10-meter ball throw relay. In lane 2, the team from Harties, Zach Gous, Kalinka Ras, Ray Langley and Beulah van der Merwe. In lane 3, Kings Beach, Blake Fisher, Mia Schellink, Ryan Mater and Benjamin Fox. No team in 5. And in lane 7, we have the team from Durban Surf. Sophia Klatties, Ella Patterson, Courtney Grant and Emma Randall. All right, so 3 teams contesting this final heat.
So many people ask me, how is it possible then that you can have a disqualification in this event? So let's quickly touch on it, whilst we have some time. The following behavior, the rule book says that the following behavior shall result in disqualification. A, where a thrower kicking the ball instead of throwing. B, a patient climbing over the demarcation rope. C, a waiting patient grasping a flying ball.
Right, teams are under starters orders. Lane 2, Hearties, 3, Kings Beach, and in lane 7, Durban Surf. For the start, the ball must be held on the ground.
There's all the technicalities I'm referring to.
Hearties out.
Right,
Kings
whilst they-
Beach, lane 7.
Whilst they're busy, I think the most important rule is rule C, 11C in the rule book, that says a waiting patient grasping a flying ball.
Right, so we have our first patient in. That is from Durban Surf in lane 7 being hauled in. They will now tag, and the next thrower will get ready to throw out to the patient. Have a look and see. Yes.
Good one.
Yes, right. They are now bringing their patient in. So 2 patients in for Durban Surf.
Great stuff to Durban Surf.
A time of around 56. Kings Beach got their patient, first patient in, lane 4. Excuse me, lane 4, Kings Beach. And let's see if they can get their next patient in. No, not quite. Hearties have got their next first patient. Right, so they'll do the tag. Next thrower comes in. Just falling short for both teams now. The other one's just rushing a little bit, getting a bit anxious. They are well aware of the time limit of 2 minutes 20. Of course, that ball needs to fall within the demarcated lane. Unfortunately.
And that's time. So just for educational purposes, for our parents that is watching this event, and those of us online, Rule C is one of the rules that stands out. It says, a waiting patient grasping a flying ball or touches the rope prior to the ball landing. That is a disqualification.
Right, the swimmers have been cleared, so they will move out. And our next event is event 5, the mixed 12 to 13-year-old 10-meter ball throw relay. In lane 2, we've got Kings Beach, Gemma Spies, Hanru Shelnik, Lira Haramsa, and Keegan Shapiro. Lane 4, Clifton, Gia Heltsinger, Reynard Aubrey, Noah Kervarek, and Chase Sim. Lane 6, Fishhook, CJ Hutchinson, Lily Brown, Emily Conradi, and Oliver Langer. Right, they are under starters orders, which means now that the patients can jump into the water and get ready behind the line that goes across all of the lanes at the 10-meter mark. We have heat 1 of 4 in the finals for this event.
Wow.
Yes, that is Fishhook. Really good throw there. Right, so their thrower is busy pulling in, touch and tag. Yes, and then we've got Kings Beach in lane 2. Right, and the last one from lane 6, that is Fishhook. Fishhook doing really nicely there. Well done. Great throws. Great patient awareness. Not too sure. I think Clifton let go of their rope, and that is what the problem is there. As they were throwing, that rope sometimes also gets a bit quite slippery. So if they're not holding onto it, that rope can very easily slip through their hands. And I think that is what happened to our Clifton team. Bad luck to them. Right, lane 2, we've still got Kings Beach. Just trying to bring in their last patient. Just falling short a little bit there. This is an event where you've got to have nerves of steel. Everything has to go right. You just got to be nice and calm. Get that ball over. And unfortunately, it was only the team from Fishhook that completed that event. Well done.
So Heather, if we look at further technicalities, does the way how the competitor stands on deck has an impact of where the ball direction is?
Yeah. So what you'll see is, it's, for those of you that play hockey, when you play hockey and you hit the ball, wherever your shoulder is, wherever your hips are facing, that's the direction that the ball is going to go in. So you need to try and stand as square as possible and get that ball thrown straight. As soon as you move the hips, as soon as you move your feet even, that's when the ball sometimes tends to go left or right.
Also always a matter of, if you watch cricket, ball-hand coordination or ball-eye coordination.
Yeah. And also just being able to get a little bit of power generated through that through the arms to ensure that that ball goes through to the 10-meter mark.
And then also, of course, the impact of outside assistance that leads to
Also disqualification.
disqualification.
Yep.
But what type of outside assistance?
I don't know. I have no idea what that rule means.
Maybe there's an underwater hook.
No, so I think what it could be is that if the second thrower tries to assist the first thrower in any way, so the throwers throw independently of each other and are not allowed to assist during the throw. Right, moving on to the second heat. In lane 3, we've got Clifton, 5, Kings Beach, 7, Clifton. Our 2 Clifton teams. And Kings Beach in the middle. From Clifton, in lane 3, we've got Ahadi Machotsi, Johannes Spannenberger, Sebastian Nivout, and Tide Sim. From Kings Beach, we've got Kieran Goliath, Hiram Robertson, and Jude Tennyson. I don't know who the fourth person is. Unfortunately, it's not on the program. And then in lane 7, Clifton, we've got Callan Allett, Emma Brownlee, Rebecca Alderman, Zola Christie. Kings Beach, unfortunately, got a lot of rope into the water there, but it is Clifton in lane 3 that have got their first patient that they're bringing hauling in. Right, so do the tag. The other team from Clifton, they'll do the hauling in. Yes, and it is Clifton in lane 3 that will finish with both patients coming in. The other team from Clifton, they're in lane 7. Yes, they have got their patient and will haul in. Some great throwing from the Clifton teams. Right, Kings Beach are now on their way. Right, thrower busy hauling in. They tag and hand over to the next thrower. Making it look easy is Kings Beach. Patient kicks really nice and strong, and they will finish within the 2:20 mark, 2:20. Well done.
Just a general question, is the wearing of gloves permitted?
No, they are not allowed to have any gloves, no taping around the fingers, nothing like that is allowed.
Interesting.
Right, so that concludes heat 2 of 4. Right, Chief Referee Annelie Lawrence just clearing the water for all of the competitors as we have coming onto pool deck, heat 3, lane 2, the team from Fishhook, Caitlin Barnes, Safia M. Jedi, Robin Desai, and Vidal Ben Dixon. Lane 4, Landudno, Emma Cullis, Travis Hemp, Thomas Bunyard, and Edward Neal. Lane 6, Seagulls, Nazim Alexander, Hayley Jade van Vught, Quaid Hayward and Nur van Wyk. And then in lane 8, the team from Hearties, Talia Evely, Samuel Steyn, Aidan Prinsloo, and Marlies Vermaak. Third heat of 4 of the mixed 12 to 13-year-olds 10-meter ball throw relay. Right, so patients entering the water. Just a reminder to the viewers at home, if you are watching the live stream, we are busy with the mixed 12 to 13-year-olds 10-meter ball throw relay. so it is the team from Fishhook in lane 2, but being closely followed there by Landodno in 4. Also, Hearties out in lane 8. They've each got one patient in. Let's have a look. Yes, and it is lane 4. Lane 4 from Landodno, but in lane 8 it's Hearties Reflections, Hearties and Landodno. I think Landodno won that one ahead of Hearties Reflections. Well done. Lane 2, we have Fishhook. Yes, Fishhook, their second patient in. Head down, kicking all the way. Touch tag, there we go. Right, we're just waiting for that team from Seagulls. Just a little bit high. It's got a little bit too much rope there in the throw.
One thing is a fact, is very nerve-wracking for the thrower.
Totally. Totally. You've got to have nerves of steel for this event.
Yeah, we're almost done. The clock is ticking. But a very interesting piece of statistic as far as the conditions are concerned for this specific event or item. It says that if the thrower falls into the pool, the thrower is allowed to climb out and continue. However, no one can assist the thrower to climb out of the pool. It's a lot of technicalities here.
Very much so. And it's very easy to fall into the water, especially, you know, if you're bringing in a patient and you haven't quite got a good enough grip.
Yes.
Or that patient pulls a little bit too hard.
Exactly.
You can end up being in the pool.
So what seems like a very simple ball throw exercise has deeper meaning in real life when there's a rescue that needs to take place.
Correct. Right, so we are just waiting for the officials to give the go-ahead to clear the pool. There goes the whistle. So swimmers clear the pool. And we will welcome onto pool deck the last heat, heat 4 of the mixed 12 to 13-year-olds 10-meter ball throw relay. Right, lane 3, we've got Summerstrand. Lane 5, sorry, Mandeville Dolphins. And in lane 7, Kings Beach. Team from Summerstrand, Aidan Green, Bella Sadler, Joshua Richter, and Isabel Charles. Mandeville Dolphins in 5, Ishle Banda, Chloe Stevenson, Hannah Goduka, and Nelson Tenteza. Lane 7, Kings Beach, Shai Eli Kanamea, Evan Holster, Catherine Allen, and Rebecca Rue. Right, and the starters' orders. Patients will now enter the pool. We are on the final heat, heat 4 of the mixed 12 to 13-year-olds 10-meter ball throw relay. So that is lane 7, Kings Beach, with their first patient in. They will touch and tag, and swap over for the second. Right, Mandela Dolphins in lane 5. And we also have in lane 3, Summerstrand bringing in their second patient. Mandela Dolphins, their first one, Kings Beach. We're still waiting for them to bring their second patient in. Mandela Dolphins and Kings Beach. Successful throw, successful relay for Summerstrand. Team of Mandela Dolphins. That's Ishle Banda bringing in second patient. Touch and tag. Winners were lane 3, Aidan Green, Bella Sadler, Joshua Richter, Isabel Charles. Right, so Kings Beach just getting himself sorted there, making sure that he doesn't lose any of the line. He tries again. Just relax, young man, just relax. Yeah, not landing in the correct lane. It's falling a little bit short. Right, and 220 is up. That concludes our 10-meter ball throw relays. We'll just have a very short break before we start with the 4x50 obstacle relay. Those of you that have just tuned in, we are the first session for the 2026 DHL South African Lifesaving Nipper Pool Championships. Just 2 events for tonight. We concluded both of them relay events. We've just concluded the ball throw, and we will now move on to the obstacle relay. Some great replays there. Our production team worked very hard behind the scenes to bring some great visuals for our live streaming. All right, so we'll just have a very short break while the pool gets ready for the obstacle relays. Watching some great replays. Of course, some great underwater visuals from our underwater cameras. So we can see the volunteers, lifeguards, underwater divers, all assisting to ensure that the equipment is correctly placed so that all of these events can run nice and smoothly for our competitors. Right, so just some insights into that previous event. In Heat 2, the team from Tux, Christophe Buerter, Francois Fick, Amelie Lottering and Mika Dutoy have broken the South African record for the mixed 10 to 11-year-olds 10-meter ball throw. So well done to Tux with their coach Siska Bobbitt. Well done. Right, we are now getting ready for the mixed 8 to 9-year-olds 4x50 obstacle relay. Lane 3, we have Kings Beach, Jazz Claassen, Alison Rundle, Amy Wallace and Awel Nchere Moncelli. Lane 5, Summerstrand, Olivia Darcy, Stephen Rossell, Zach Yonker and Mason Lake. We are just checking that all of the 8 and 9-year-olds for this relay event are in their correct lanes. We will start with this event shortly. Right, so we've got 2 teams from Summerstrand in lane 4 and 5. And in lane 3, we've got Kings Beach. Right, in the order now, the mixed 8 and 9-year-olds, 4x50 obstacle relay. In lane 3, Kings Beach, Jazz Claassen, Alison Rindle, Imi Wallace and Awel Nchere Moncelli. Lane 4, Summerstrand, Olivia Darcy, Stephen Rosell, Zach Yonker and Mason Lake. And in lane 5, Summies, Alice Goodalls, Jessica Smith, Katie Green and Zanda Loney. Out in front is Kings Beach. They go down the last obstacle of the first 50 of the relay. Hop up. Yes, so we got Kings Beach, Summerstrand in 4, Summerstrand in 5. It's going to be Kings Beach that touches first, and they're off. Followed by Summerstrand and Summerstrand. It's Kings Beach down. Both Summerstrand teams down. Kings Beach out in front. But the Summerstrand A team, the B team in lane 3, A team in lane 4. Lane 4 putting in some distance there, trying to catch Kings Beach. Kings Beach still out in front. They go under the obstacle. Just catching their breath a little bit there. These are your 8 and 9-year-olds. Look at that from Summerstrand A in lane 4, Summerstrand, Kings Beach. In lane 5, we then have the Summerstrand B team, but out in front is Summerstrand A. A really strong third 50 meter on this length. Kings Beach not wanting to give up there, putting in a really good effort. Summerstrand B trying to catch up there. But out in front in a really good third length effort, the team from Summerstrand A. All right, so Summerstrand A, and they are off for the last leg of the 8 and 9-year-olds 4x50 obstacle relay. Kings Beach have done well to catch up here, but it's going to be Summerstrand touching in second place. There in lane 5, off they go. And it is Kings Beach, they're off as well now. But out in front, what a fantastic swim. The team from Summerstrand A. Olivia Darcy, Stephen Roswell, Zach Yonka and Mason Lake. Putting in a really good effort. We've got a tussle in lane 3, Kings Beach and Summerstrand. Lane 3 and 5 respectively. Summerstrand just out in front. Now we've got Summerstrand, Kings Beach, both of them going under the obstacle. It's going to be that down to that last 12.5 meters. Who is it going to be? Summerstrand, Kings Beach. Summerstrand seems to have the advantage. Yes, they have put in a mighty effort in lane 5. Well done. Summerstrand first, second. Kings Beach coming in third. As the swimmers clear the water, we now move on to heat 2. In lane 2, we have an invitation team. These are made up of swimmers from some of the smaller clubs who cannot put a relay team together. This is a great initiative to give our little ones an opportunity to participate in the relays. So, great thanks to our chief referee for allowing this. Relays are always a highlight of the championships, so to be able to participate is a fantastic way to build camaraderie and to make new friends. So in lane 2, the invitation, we have Levi April, Matipa Banda, Stella Bud and Mari Vessels. Lane 3, the team from Mandela Dolphins, Wadiba Mbendana, Chris Onigbinde, Charles Mukotsi and Aluta Shongwe. In lane 4, Fishhook, Byron Hutchinson, Cora Glencross, Caleb Berger and Roan Horn. Lane 5, Clifton, Farrell van Asperen, Noah Smollen, Jackson Goodall, Elizabeth Spannenberg. In lane 6, the team from Hearties, Zander Duplessis, Madeleine Russ, Maria Ferreira and Aname van der Merwe. Lane 7, the team from Kings Beach, Alexis Barensa, Inya Nchere Muchili, Reese Buerta and Clara Hope. And they are off heat 2 of the mixed 8 to 9-year-olds 4x50 obstacle pool relay. Right out in front is a team from Fishhook, followed very closely by Clifton. So Fishhook out in front, Clifton out in lane 7, that's Kings Beach and Fishhook. We also have our invitation team in lane 2. Clifton not giving up there, all of them under now. Fishhook out in front, Then we have Kings Beach, Clifton, our invitation team. Mandela Dolphins. Right, so it is lane 4, that's Fishhook, followed by lane 6, Clifton. Lane 8, we have Kings Beach. Out in front with a very strong swim is Fishhook. It's a team from Fishhook, followed by Kings Beach. There in lane 7, putting in a good show here is the invitation team. In lane 2, we've also got Clifton. Under the last obstacle, we have Fishhook. That last 12.5 meters, it's going to be Fishhook, followed by Kings Beach. Then it's going to be Clifton and the invitation team. Still out in front, the team from Fishhook. In lane 4, Kings Beach trying to catch up in lane 7. Clifton in the yellow caps, and then we have the invitation team, followed by Hearties out in front. Kings Beach is making a great show here. This third length just taking a little bit of meterage out from Fishhook. Both teams under Fishhook, Kings Beach. Who is this going to be for the fourth and final leg of this relay? Kings Beach touches first, and then we are going in for Fishhook. Tussle will continue between Fishhook and Kings Beach. We now have Clifton going in for their final swimmer. Kings Beach still out in front. Some great swimming from these little ones. Kings Beach, Fishhook not letting Kings Beach get away from them. Out in front, it's still Kings Beach, but Fishhook are going to come through very strong. Who is going to get this? Oh, this is going to be a tight race. Wow. I don't want to call that. A great swim from both teams. Lane 4, Fishhook, and in lane 7, Kings Beach. I'll have to wait for the final results to see who won that. Finishing now, we've got the invitation team as well as Hearties, with Mandela Dolphins still coming in. It's fantastic racing from these little 8 and 9-year-olds. Some wonderful underwater shots on the replay. And that final Kings Beach and right, our next event, the mixed 10 and 11-year-olds. Heat 1 in lane 2, Kings Beach, 3 Summerstrand, 4 Tix, 5 Kings Beach, 6 Fishhook, 7 Fishhook. Out in front we've got Tix, followed by Fishhook and Kings Beach. Tix in lane 4, Fishhook in 6, Kings Beach 5, Kings Beach now trying to chase down Tux. Out in front, team from Tux. Tux, Kings Beach, Summerstrand, Fishhook. Right, out in front we still have the team from Tux. That's Christophe Buerta, Annemie Lottering, Francois Fick and Mika Dutoy. Being chased down by Kings Beach, Joshua Barenser, Jade Beaton, Benjamin Fox and Amy Mae Victor. It's still out in front. We have the team from Tux. Kings Beach putting in a great effort here on that second length. It's going to be Tux and Kings Beach. Kings Beach had a really good dive, just made up some meters there against Tux. We then have Fishhook just coming under the gates now. Out in front, we've got Kings Beach, followed by Tux. In lane 3, we've got Summerstrand making a mark here. So Summerstrand and Fishhook coming in for third on the wall in this third length. But out in front with a really fantastic swim on this third length is going to be Kings Beach. Kings Beach. Followed by Tux, followed by Fishhook, followed by Summerstrand. All right, let's see. Out in front still, we've got Kings Beach. Then we've got Tux chasing them down. Fishhook still in the mix, so is Summerstrand. Fantastic swim from the little ones in this 10 and 11-year-old 4x50 obstacle relay. Kings Beach still out in front. There's a tussle there between Tux and Fishhook as they go under that last obstacle. Tux and, wow, fantastic swim in lane 5 from Kings Beach. Who's going to get that Tux off? Let's have a look. Oh, I think that was in second place Tux, third place Fishhook, followed by Summerstrand. Really exciting races from these 10 and 11-year-olds in the 4x50 obstacle relay. All right, we just have a look at some of the highlights. Some of the swimmers choosing to push off the floor in order to maximize the power that they can get to go under that obstacle and get going again. Right, so we there have Kings Beach out in front. Kings Beach, the winner of that. Right, our Heat 2 of the mixed 10 and 11-year-olds 4x50 obstacle relay. Lane 1, Fishhook. Lane 2, Durban Surf. Lane 3, Big Bay. Lane 4, Invitation Team. Lane 5, Kings Beach. 6, Summerstrand. 7, Clifton. 8, Harties. Then our invitation team made up of swimmers who do not have a relay team in this age group. So a great initiative to try and get as many of these swimmers an opportunity to swim in a relay as possible. Got a full heat here for the mixed 10 and 11 4x50 obstacle. Right, we've got Big Bay out in front, also Kings Beach there in lane 5. Kings Beach slightly ahead. But coming through on lane 1 and 2, we've got Fishhook and Durban Surf. Fishhook, Durban Surf. Big Bay. Out in front, it looks like it's going to be Fishhook. Fishhook followed by Durban Surf. Fishhook, Durban Surf, Big Bay, Kings Beach, Summerstrand and Tix. Out in lane 8, we've got Hearties. Out in front, we've got Fishhook of Boyd Scorders, Emily Clark, Emma Richards, Zahir Khamaldian, followed by Durban Surf, Sophia Clutties, Emma Patterson, Courtney Grant and Emma Randall. Got Fishhook, Durban Surf, 1 and 2. We got lane 5 there, that's a team from Kings Beach. But it is Fishhook, followed by lane 2, that's Durban Surf. Kings Beach have put in a great effort on the dive for this third length. That's Kings Beach team, Caden Claassen, Scarlett Mayring, Blake Fisher and Mia Schelling. Fishhook here in lane 2 are still giving them a good run for their money, still out in front. So it is now Fishhook, Kings Beach, followed by Durban Surf. Who's going to catch first? It's going to be the team from Fishhook. Fishhook, Kings Beach, Durban Surf, Big Bay. Right out in front, we have the team from Fishhook. Fishhook and Kings Beach coming up now in lane 2, that's Durban Surf. Who is this going to be? It's going to be between Fishhook and Kings Beach. Both under the obstacle at the same time, the last 12.5 meters. Who's going to get there? Looks like it's going to be, is it Kings Beach? Kings Beach might have it. Yay! And Durban Surf in lane 2. Exciting relays happening here. Some fantastic swimmers from our nippers. Finishing up now, lane 4, our invitation team. Okay, now underwater cameras providing some amazing visuals of our swimmers as they go under the obstacles. Really using that fly kick, trying to get that breaststroke arms to get all the way through and under. Right, moving on to the final event of this evening, the mixed 12 and 13-year-olds 4x50 obstacle relay. In lane 1, the team from Kings Beach, lane 2, Kings Beach, lane 3, Fishhook, 4, Summerstrand, 5, Hearties, 6, Clifton, and in lane 7, Clifton. Our Kings Beach C team is Keegan Shapiro, Lira Haramsa and Hanru Shelnick. Don't have a name for the fourth swimmer there. Kings Beach, Catherine Allen, Rebecca Rue, Evan Holster, again no name of the fourth swimmer. Fishhook in 3, Oliver Langer, Rohin Desai, Emily Conradi and Safia M. Jedi. Lane 4, Summerstrand, Joshua Richter, Aidan Green, Bella Sadler and Isabel Charles. 5, Hearties, Talia Everly, Samuel Stein, Aidan Prinsloo, Marizal Vermaak. Clifton in lane 6, Ahadi Machotsi, Tide Sim. Right, just finishing off the names for Clifton in lane 6 are Hardy Machotzi, Tide Sim, Rebecca Alleman, Johanna Spannenberg. And in lane 7, Clifton again, Callan Allett, Chase Sim, Emma Brownlee and Zola Christie. Out in front we have the team from Fishhook, followed very closely by Kings Beach, that's 2 and 3 respectively. Lane 1 also from Kings Beach coming up. I think separating the two Kings Beach teams and Fishhook. Fishhook, Kings Beach, Clifton. Right, out in front, looks like Fishhook may have a bit of an advantage over Kings Beach. Fishhook out in front, followed by Kings Beach. In lane 2, Kings Beach in lane 1. We also have Clifton chasing them down. Let's see who gets under. It's going to be Fishhook. Kings Beach, Clifton. Let's see all this second length. It's going to be Fishhook. Kings Beach, Clifton. Quite a bit of ground was made up from that Clifton team in that third length. I think this is a Hardy Machotzi coming in for Clifton. Has made some great strides in this third length. Hardy Machotzi from Clifton chasing down Fishhook. Fishhook still out in front. That's lane 3. Followed by Clifton. Kings Beach in lane 2. Lane 3, it's going to be Fishhook. Followed by Clifton. Kings Beach and Kings Beach right now out in front. We have the team from Fishhook. Don't think anybody's going to catch them. We got a tussle happening between Kings Beach and Clifton. Lane 2 and lane 7. Fishhook out in front at the moment, putting in a great performance. The team from Fishhook, followed by Kings Beach, Clifton. Summerstrand coming in now. Summerstrand, Harties, and the C team from Clifton. Right, so we're waiting for the final whistle from the referee so that the swimmers can get cleared from the pool. And we will then have the final heat of the mixed 12 to 13-year-olds 4x50 meter obstacle relay. This is the final race of the first evening of the DHL 2026 South African Lifesaving Nipper Pool Championships. There's been some exciting events, exciting relays so far tonight. Bodes well for tomorrow and Wednesday for the rest of the Nipper competition. Right, so we are just waiting for the referees to give the all clear. There it is. Swimmers will now clear the water as we wait for our final event, our final relay in the mixed 12 to 13-year-olds 4x50 obstacle relay. Lane 1, Clifton, Gia Heltzinger, Reinhard Aubrey, Noah Kerverek, Sebastian Nieuwoud. Lane 2, Seagulls, Nazim Alexander, Haley Jade van Vught, Quaid Hayward, Nur van Wyk. Lane 3, Mandeville, Ishli Banda, Chloe Stevenson, Hannah Goduka, Anjali Bapu. Lane 4, Landadno, Emma Cullis, Travis Hemp, Thomas Bunyard, Edward Neal. Lane 5, Fishel, Caitlin Barnes, Sarah Mock, CJ Hutchinson, Vidar Ben Dixon. In lane 6, Milnerton, Waylon Harvey, Hannah Carlis, Grace Budd, and Jamie Ertel. Lane 7, our invitation team, Dylan Funneman, William Patterson, Anna Salusto Silva, Ethan van der Westhuizen, and in lane 8, Kings Beach, Jessica Hofflinger, Jude Tennyson, James Hope, and Blake Mehta. And that's the final heat of the mixed 12 to 13, 4 by 50 meter obstacle relay. Right, so out in front we have Clifton, followed very closely by lane 7, that's the invitation team, as well as lane 8, Kings Beach. Kings Beach, invitation team, Clifton in lane 1. Who's going to touch first? It's going to be the invitation team, lane 7, and Kings Beach off first. Then we have Clifton in lane 1, followed by Fishhook in 5. Out in front, it's our invitation team, out in lane 7, followed by Kings Beach. Clifton now making up some ground in lane 1. See who goes under the right. It is our invitation team there in lane 7. So it's invitation, Kings Beach. Clifton making up some ground in lane 1. It's going to be invitation, Clifton. Nothing much between those two teams. We've also got Fishhook, who had an excellent swim there on the second leg. Right, it's still our invitation team. Fishhook doing an amazing job on the third length, trying to catch up to the invitation team. We have Kings Beach in lane 8. In lane 1, we have Clifton. Clifton just taking the lead slightly. But out in front, let's see, it's going to be Fishhook, Clifton, invitation, Kings Beach. Clifton did an amazing job catching up there, as did Fishhook. Right, we have Clifton and Fishhook. Kings Beach, our invitation team. It's going to be Clifton, Fishhook, Kings Beach. Clifton down first, followed by Fishhook, Kings Beach. Last final 12.5 meters. Yes, it's going to be Clifton, followed by Fishhook and Kings Beach. We then have our invitation team coming in from lane 7. And lane 4, the team from Landadno. Still have Mandeville Dolphins in lane 3. And in lane 6, the team from Milnerton. Right, some exciting racing happening now. We still have the team coming in from in lane 2. It is the team from Seagulls. Apologies for that. Well done. Right, so we just want to thank everybody for their participation at the final event for this evening. That is the Nippers relays have been concluded. We will start again tomorrow with the Nipper competition. For all of those that joined the live streaming, thank you very much. We will join and see you again tomorrow morning.